What is happening, guys? Matt Martin is back again. You know what we are, so let's get into it. So, guys, touching base with you in respect of this particular video, and it's not particularly about one fragrance or not, it's just to give you my experience. Some of you guys see videos out there where people say, oh, I wore this fragrance and I got a bit of a compliment and rare, but there's not really any context to it. You don't really know much about the circumstances. People just say that this one's a panty. Say, for instance, this one, Toy Boy. People are like, whoa, this one's a panty drop or whatever else like that. And again, you notice people don't use that terminology anymore, which is quite interesting. But they could say, this one's got me a load of compliments, X, Y, and Z. They don't give you the context of it. So you could go and buy a fragrance, guys, and you could think to yourself, oh, I've got this fragrance. I'm whether you're good looking or not good looking, whatever it may be, you may be in more like a formal setting, whatever else like that, and you know you got compliments, or you just go into the corner shop and you got compliments. You could have just been literally, I don't know, going to McDonald's even on the way there and got compliments. Who knows, guys, how these compliments come along, but when they do, it's a good thing. However, as for per the title of this particular one, I was on a date and I was wearing this fragrance, and this is what happened. So on this particular date, it's quite recent actually. On this particular date, I chose to wear this fragrance, guys. So have a quick look on there. Hopefully the light is not too bad at this time. This is Mancera's Instant Crush. I got quite a bit of juice of using this one actually. Now, guys, for those that know, it is a how could I say, an inspired version maybe of this one here, Baccarat Rouge. As you can see, 540. £200 a bottle, guys. £200 a bottle for 70 ml. So this stuff ain't cheap. I particularly like it. For those that know or seen previous videos, Zara's done a Pour Night Pour number 5 is a how can I say, clone of this one. And equally, Instant Crush from Mancera is a lot cheaper. This costs about, I think it costs either £70 or it costs £120, but you're getting 120 ml. Actually, I think it costs £100, give or take. £100, call it, let's call it £100. Anyway, this one's obviously slightly heavier, I would say. I've done a review on this one, so by all means, go and check it out. This one is slightly heavier, when I think there's like a birch in there or something like that, or at least some form of heavier wood note in there. And compared to this one, this is definitely unisex. This one could be unisex as well. It is a bit sweet, but at the same time, there's like this sort of darker tone in there that makes it slightly more masculine, in my opinion. Not for everyone. However, on this particular eve, I decided I'm going to wear this fragrance because I've had so many compliments wearing this, guys. I've just been literally just walking just around the park, or I've been doing like a jog or something like that. I don't really wear this fragrance if I'm going to do any form of sports because I think it's a little bit heavy. But just this is sort of fragrance, guys, that lasts so long, easily 8 hours plus, 12 hours easily, or the perform concentration, and it lasts on your skin. It lasts on your clothes, and you get this, you know, constant sort of what I like to call a type of how could I say, like an almond vibe going on. I really enjoy it. Not everybody likes it. It can be a little bit heavy if you overspray it, but in my opinion, it's well worth the money, and it's well worth the time to allow it to develop and do its thing, because Mancera, as you know, is a quality fragrance. However, on this particular date, guys, I'm the sort of person that if I go on a date, and you guys let me know down below, this is just pretty much the story time, so don't feel any type of way about it. For instance, expecting some mad fragrance reviews, because it's not about that. I'm just giving you an idea. However, on this particular occasion, again, it's very recent as well, so it seems that obviously with lockdown, things are changing a lot. When it comes to lockdown, things are changing in respective of, if you guys are bachelors and out there and everything else, you'll know things are changing in respect of people using now Tinder and all these different things, and on Bumble and all these different things to try and, you know, catch people, meet up with people, whatever it may be. And it seems now that literally things are literally just instantaneous. Send a text message, you get a response, person's interested, not interested. So it's realistically now I'm noticing like maybe the whole dating situation is number one, change, number one, but also number two, getting compliments. Because if we're wearing all these fragrances, guys, and we're in the fragrance community, we're wearing our fragrances, you know, you can't be as close to people anymore. Obviously, people are wearing masks, so if you smell something, you're not necessarily going to be maybe noticing it in the same way as you would before. That scent trail that you get when it comes to a fragrance, you could be walking, smell that, and even to the point where I could be walking wearing a fragrance. Guys have even said, oh, what is that? Or even a lady with the husband could say, wow, what is that smell? My husband needs to get that one. Something along those lines. Whereas it currently stands now, it seems everyone's getting sort of like parted off into their own sort of groups or these bubbles that we have to stay in. And obviously that is definitely going to be affecting the fragrances, or at least for those that like to be aware that the fragrances is giving off a bit of a scent trail, you may not necessarily get any how could I say, any compliments anymore as we would have done before. However, wearing this fragrance, guys, for what it is, I've had a lot of compliments wearing it since I've purchased it, and I noticed, and this is something I noticed as well on dates that I go on as well. If the lady doesn't say anything whatsoever about the fragrance, it makes me question the attention to detail I'm putting in. Hopefully I present myself well, but the attention to detail that I will put in, if the fragrance is not even acknowledged in any way, shape or form, it's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, and everyone's in that particular mindset, but if the fragrance is not acknowledged, it makes me question, number one, who's made more of an effort, and number two, have we got anything in common? So I'm a person, as you can see, guys, we're talking about fragrances all the time. Equally, wine, you should get into wine, guys, if you've never done it before. Just try and learn about some basic nuances of wine, because even the smell of wines, again, it helps with understanding about fragrances as well, when it comes to different types of wines, different types of fragrances, the region. All these things make just a little bit of a difference, and it can add a lot to conversation as well when it comes to these dates. However, I was wearing this fragrance, guys. The lady was sat downstream in a way, so where I was sat here, there seemed to be like a bit of a breeze coming in, so the fragrance was just going, wafting in that way. I could smell the fragrance, and even I said to myself, damn, this smells good. I'm smelling good. I've been in the gym, I've been doing my thing, losing the weight. Yes, this is looking good and smelling good. However, not one single compliment, nothing was said, and to be honest, that particular date didn't seem to be, I don't know what's going on. Some people, the thing about dating as well, guys, and the thing I'm noting, I'm aware of, I'm very much aware of it, you can tell within the first 5 to 10 minutes whether you're going to get on with a person or not. It just happened to be one of those dates that it was more of like a friend introduced to a friend and everything else, which is fine. But ultimately, within the first 5-10 minutes, it's like, no, this definitely is not going to work for me. During the conversation, it was also a case of I was asking the questions. I was trying to keep the conversation going. There wasn't any type of how could I say, acknowledgement whatsoever of what I'm putting forward. The lady would just give her response, and then that was the end of it. So clearly there's a level of not being interested on either side, and it got to a point that once she said certain things, that did make me think to myself, don't really know if this is really, I don't even know if you even want to be here, number one, but I don't know if I'm the right sort of person to be here with you. That just made me say to myself, you know what, let's just cut this short. Made my excuses, went to the toilet, came back, and was like, yeah, probably better get going now. And that was it. So for me, guys, if you're taking the time out and think to yourself, for me, when we're wearing these fragrances, like, right, okay, I'm gonna go for something more formal, so I'm gonna pick in this collection. I'm gonna go for something more casual, so I'm gonna pick in this collection. This for me was like a sort of like wintry evening at this moment in time anyway, especially in the UK. I thought, let me get something that's going to cut through the cold. I'm going to be dressed a certain type of way. I'm going to be casual, smart cash, and on top of that, I just wanted something just to cut through the cold and give off a little bit of personality. For me, this is a very nice fragrance, guys, and again, if you've not tried it out before, definitely go and try it. It's a monster when it comes to the longevity. Projection is reasonable. You do within the first few hours get a lot of the big sort of scent trail, and then on top of that, you'll still get like a nice waft of it. It doesn't go away, but there was nothing said about it. The lady just seemed to be in her own sort of bubble, doing her own thing. And for me, that said to me, you know what, this definitely ain't gonna work. If the lady's not even taking or making any attempt to even wear a fragrance herself, that also makes me question what's going on. So anyway, guys, that was just a quick bit of a story for you. Nothing particularly spectacular, but that's just how it goes. When I do go out, and I was going out, as some of you guys do know, I was just doing some DJing and different things like that. When we go and traveling, we're always wearing different fragrances. I'm always wearing different fragrances. And I also like to get compliments from people around the world when we go and check things out. But unfortunately, we are in lockdown. But guys, I do want to say thank you very much for the comments, like, and subscriptions. That was just a quick bit of talking, just to let you know how things are going in respect of what happens in the field until we can get out really. Again, who knows when lockdown is going to be lifted. But by all means, guys, I do want to ask the question. Let me know down below. Are we going to be finished now with these compliments or getting compliments for fragrances People are going to the office, but everyone has to stay in their own section. Or maybe you're going out publicly, as you're saying, in a social setting, you're in a bubble, so you can't really interact with people that you've never necessarily come across before. Are you still even getting compliments while in lockdown, guys? Or maybe again, people are wearing masks and that's just killing everything. So you guys let me know in the comment section down below. I hope this has saved you some time, some money, especially in respect of this particular fragrance, or even this one to some extent, if you can go and get your hands on it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video, guys. And please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. You know the spiel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.